Billy. Hi guys. I don't know if anyone's on yet. I got some exciting news. I'm excited. I got my book. This is so crazy. It's like, oh, Billy. You're fine. I made a book. That's crazy. And it's physical and it's in my hands and I don't know. It's kind of wild. I thought I would cry when it came in, but I don't know why. I'm like always on the go. I'm always trying to do new things, learning new things. And I don't give myself any like pride or like celebration because I'm just an Asian robot and that's what we do. And I'm okay with that. I mean, kind of not because I want to enjoy myself a little bit more. It's so exciting. This is just the proof. So it has like not for sale, whatever sign on it, but I'm looking through it. It looks pretty good. I'm very excited for the book. Let's see. Because of that, I had ChatGPT. Who is my favorite character to write and why? Let me think about that. I think Hessa was my favorite character, but I think it was easy for me because my cat is jumping on the table and it's squeaky. So it's easy for me to choose Hessa because I feel like I'm very much like Hessa. I don't think I can make comedy or these banters without my personal style because it's my personality or like just my dialogue or the way I think. I like bantering, and I think Hessa was really good at being witty and compelling and thinking in the moment and like kind of challenging Lane, which I thought was really great. I thought he needed some to decompress, and I think she came at a good time for him. And anyways, I liked writing Hessa because she's just more witty and funny, and I like that. I think also I liked writing this scene for, oh God, I don't know how to say her name, Harlius, I don't know, whatever. I know, I write these characters and their character names and I don't know how to pronounce them, but I'm okay with that because hopefully I don't always have to pronounce it. I would have to try if I had to go to like some kind of conference, but I could care less. I just think it looks good on paper, like the names I choose. I don't really know how to pronounce them. But I liked writing this specific scene. This is with her sister because she gets kind of angry. She like, I can't tell you much about it, but she's really funny in that scene. And I don't know, that was one of my favorite scenes to write. So that's so hard. I feel like it's so hard to So Gen Z have this joke that is first base is fucking, second base is messaging, third base is catching feelings, and fourth base is ghosting. And I think it's a funny joke because it's probably true, right? That's why it's funny. But let's talk about that. I don't know if I love the idea. Like if I lived in this culture when I was this young, I can't imagine being intimate first. I mean, I can because it's so hard to find love. I mean, when I was this age, I was intimate first, but it still continued into something, you know, it would be like first date, and then we bang again on the second date, etc., etc., etc. So like, I think it's interesting that they're so scared of the intimacy, the conversations, the getting to know each other before they bang kind of situation, or like getting vulnerable, emotionally vulnerable. So it's like, I think it would be so complex for me because if I was getting physically down, you know, banging, I would want to make sure there's some kind of connection before I did that. But also, I think because I was banging, I think I would form an emotional bond and it would hurt more if ghosted or even breaking up or whatever. So like, I think that's too intimate, if anything. Like having sex is too intimate for me personally to have sex and then start getting to know each other. I'm listening to this book and they said that the more love you have in your relationship after like a long time, the less desire you have. And you would think that they would be, what's it called? When they're correlated, not like not inversely correlated, like the other one. Basically, like if you have higher love, then you would have higher desire, but that's not true. It's like, because desire happens in a space where there's separation. So like, there's a lot of desire with strangers and new people because there's already that innate separation. So it's easy. If anything, you're trying to get to love because there's no love in the beginning, right? But there's a lot of desire. But then if you've been in a loving relationship for so long, actually the desire dwindles away. So sad. What happens is that you don't feel separate. You don't feel like a separate entity anymore. You feel like you know everything about him. It's like so routine, like nothing's gonna bother, like nothing surprises you anymore, and you just don't see them in that way. Esther Perel was saying that if you're having those kind of issues, like I'm trying to work on my relationship to not build sexy time, because sexy time is lit, okay? Our bed sexy time is not bad, okay? We're doing fine. But before that it's tough. There's no, it's all about taking my daughter to school and like what we're doing in our lives and like emotion management and not a lot of desire. And I miss the desire. So one of the things they said is to stop cuddling as much, which is kind of funny. So I'm gonna try to touch my husband less and see if anything will build up, like the intimacy, the wanting to touch him might build up. What else is there? I think he likes seeing me at parties. I'm kind of the life of the show. And I like that. It's one of my favorite things to like go to a party and be witty and funny and whatever and interactive and like very, very social, very like the life of the party. And he likes seeing that with me. I think we need to cultivate things where we see each other's talents, but like from afar, like from stage kind of. So like parties would be great. Maybe I'll karaoke and sing in public like that. Recently he told me he did something very successful he did something really like making his company a lot of money, which was really sexy. I was like, wow, he's like killing it. And I forget that he's a human outside of a dad all the time. Maybe we should stop calling each other mom and dad too. But anyways, that's for another time. Some people like to be disrespected, you know, like pull my hair, or not my hair, or like spanking, or like some kind of like, sometimes physical abuse is like sexy in bed. Hi! My fantasy in bed is a good night's sleep. Oh, you don't sleep good, huh? Insomnia? And also, that's not a sexy fantasy though. That's just like a mental health fantasy. Let's see, what are my mental health fantasies? That I can rest more, that I have peace of mind, that not everything's a catastrophe. Yeah, those are my fantasies. But I'm talking sex fantasies right now. If you want to share, you don't have to, no pressure. Let's see. So disrespect is a thing. Some women, I know a lot of women who, this is so strange to me, but like they like to be choked and like in bed. I don't know if you know this or if you've come across this in your dating life, but like some women like to be choked in bed. Some women like to pretend that they're being raped in bed. This is all pretend anyways, right? Lots of women like dominating men or like being submissive depending on your situation. So like, say if you're very dominating in the real world, sometimes you really like to be submissive in bed. And then the same with like the opposite. That's a thing. Oh, degradation. People like to be degraded. I think that's the word. But like sex kittens, or like people telling you what to do in bed. Possession. So people like to pretend that they own you in bed, or you like to be owned by somebody in bed. All very sexy. Those are very sexy things, but you would hate all this stuff in real life. You just like it in bed. I just thought it was kind of fascinating. Same with objectification. Like we don't always want to be objectified, but I realize I really like to be objectified by men that I find sexy. Have you noticed that? Like you wouldn't want to be objectified by a woman you're not attracted to, but you do like to be objectified by women that you are super attracted to. I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to talk about positive things that are happening in my life, because I would love to put it out there that if anyone's listening, to like tell me the positive things that happen in your life, because I feel like we could talk about all these things that are negative sometimes. And I think it can be really draining, but I think there's so many things that are beautiful and we don't focus on it enough, because we're always like, okay, we gotta fix the problem. But it's like, yeah, there's always gonna be a problem, and yeah, we do want to fix it, and there are so many beautiful things in the world. I was just on Twitch with this guy, and the guy was having mental health issues for sure. He's all tired and shit. And he was saying that he wants to talk about silly things on his Twitch, and it made me think, yeah, that's like super important. I think fun is way more underrated than we like talk about. I think fun is so elusive when you're older, and I want to cultivate more fun, silliness, trivial things, because the world is so deep and heavy and it's going to shit, but we can focus on the things that make us happy. We can't, what is that? Viktor Frankl said in The Search for Meaning, Man's Search for Meaning, that you cannot control everything that's happening to you. The only thing you can control is like how much meaning you make from it, or what you choose to decipher from it, or how you focus your brain. Basically anything that you do in your brain. So like, yeah, there's a lot of shit happening in the world, but you can focus on positive things. There's a lot of bad things happening in the world. You can make meaning out of that, etc., etc., etc. So like, I want to do that. Thinking like, I have so much to be grateful for that it's fine if no one likes my book. Like, who cares? I made it. You know, like, I think we all focus so much on the result. We're always giving people awards for results. We're always giving people recognition for results. But I think there's something beautiful about just the effort. Like, I think we're all focused on the wrong thing all the time. And I think we all need to, reflect, you know, like, it is nice to be effective, and results matter, but I also think how much you try matters more. And like, the fact that I enjoyed writing this book and that I'm trying and I'm putting myself out there is like all that matters to me. If it doesn't end up well, then there's nothing I can control about that all the time. You know what I mean? Like, there are some things I can influence. There's a thing too. I saw this quote. I loved it. It was, we are not in control of anything. I love that. We're not in control of anything, but we influence everything. I thought that was such a great quote. Like, if we cannot control if someone buys our book, but we can control like how we market our book. If it's like, it has like the best SEO, whatever, like our description, how much we put into the book to make like the cover of the book, the title of the book, you know, the book itself, making it great content, etc., etc., etc. All that is in our influence, but we still cannot control the result. Okay. And I thought that was really nice. I like that. It kind of gave me some perspective, you know, like, you just enjoy the effort, try your best, try to think well about what you want out of the result. But like, again, you cannot control everything, and you can't control anything. And that's kind of a nice kind of release, I feel. It can be terrifying because lots of humans like to control things. But it's also kind of relieving to know that it's out of my hands, and you just, at one point, you're going to have to and that's terrifying. When I used to, this book, oh my God, I was editing it. Like, it could be more perfect. Any creative pursuit could always never be finished. You can always do more to make it better. But then eventually you're just gonna, how much more significantly will you make it better by editing it another time? And eventually that law of diminishing returns happens, and a part of you just has to let it go into the world and let it be. And like, even if it's imperfect, you're okay, you know? Like, you're not perfect. Who cares if your shit's not perfect? That makes sense. Okay. This is a silly thing, such a small thing. I saw it on Love on the Spectrum. This girl was breaking up with this guy. She didn't think he was a right fit, whatever. But she was like really into him for a minute. Like, she thought she was in love. They went on a couple dates, whatever. When they were breaking up, the guy said, "You led me on." Okay, I have to say something about this. I just wanted to briefly bring it up because no one led anyone on, okay? You both are risking something when you go on dates, or when you have a relationship. You're always going to be risking. Even if you're married, you're risking something. You risk them dying. No matter what, they will always potentially leave you. They will guarantee leave you because you either die or they die. But even if they didn't do that, they could cheat on you. They could just up and leave you, etc., etc., etc. Even if you're stably married, or you think you are, it comes with risk. Relationships always come with risk. You go on a date with someone, that's the same thing. Like, if they seemed into you for a little bit and then they decide that they're not later on, they have every right to say, "I don't want this anymore." You have every right to say, "I don't want this anymore." And they have the same right. Everyone has the same right. You're both gambling. It's the same with the whole, like, the vending machine situation with women. Like, men, or that the concept is interesting. So like, men think that if you do nice things, that women are supposed to give you sex in the end, or a relationship. But that's not true. It's a gamble. It's always going to be a gamble. You do nice things because you want to do nice things. You don't do it to impose your own wants and wishes onto someone else. You're supposed to do nice things because you want to. And you should never feel entitled to anyone's time, and to their love, to their bodies, Yeah, so this guy said that you led me on. That's not true. She was into it for a little bit, you know? Even if she did lead you, eventually she broke up with you. So she didn't lead you on forever. And then, yes, and she was into it. So, like, it's not being led on because she thought she wanted it too. And then she can change her mind. You can change your mind. Everyone can change their mind when they dip into a relationship. They can dip out of a relationship. And it's scary and it's vulnerable, but it's true. You're not forced to be with anyone. And besides, do you want to have a